In the few preceding videos, we have seen that in its beginning, during the 8th or even maybe the 7th century, the Japanese garden consisted of a lake and an island, often with a small stone arrangement at the bank of the lake. Sources have led us to interpret the lake as symbolizing the vast ocean and the island, one of the legendary islands believed to be inhabited by Taoist immortals. The stone arrangement we interpreted either as a carp leaping to become a dragon at Dragon's Gate waterfalls, according to a Chinese legend, or as the mystical Mount Meru, the center of the Buddhist universe. One more conspicuous element of ancient Japanese gardens was a meandering brook, used for a game, where sake cups were floated in the water and poems were written at its banks, which was after the fashion of Chinese gatherings. We have also seen that in the 11th century, the form of Japanese gardens was slightly elaborated, while its meaning was hugely transformed to represent the concept of Amida Buddha's Pure Land. And here, I would like to take you for a short trip to the north of Japan, where one more such paradise garden is uniquely preserved. Welcome to the city of Hiraizumi in Iwate Prefecture, home of a warrior branch of the Fujiwara clan, and well considered to have been the Japanese capital of the north. During the second half of the 11th century, the local Abe clan lost a 9-year war with the imperial forces and their local ally, the clan Kyoto. Yet Fujiwara no Tsunekiyo, who was supposed to fight for the emperor, had married a daughter of the Abe clan and was passed to the side of the enemy. When he thus lost his head as a traitor after the victory of the imperial forces, his wife was given to the winner, Kiyohara no Sanehira, who also adopted Tsunekiyo's son, Kiyohira. Kiyohira grew up a strong man. He won over his stepbrothers and emerged as the most powerful man in the north of Japan. And he established his home in the city of Hiraizumi, there to pray for the peace of his father's soul, as well as for peace in the region after the long years of war. He built a temple, Môtsu-ji, with a pavilion of pure gold, called Konjiki-do, dedicated to Amitabha Buddha, the one who is believed to accept the souls of the deceased, only because they have repeated the words, Namu Abida Butsu, I trust in Amida Buddha. I recommend you to see this golden pavilion at least once in your lifetime, laid with decorations of mother of pearl, which radiate in all shades of soft colors on the gold background. It is an exquisite sight, a symbol of the riches of the north. The golden Amida Buddha sits in its middle, surrounded by the also golden Bodhisattva's Kannon, Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva of compassion, and Seishi Mahastama Prapta, the Bodhisattva of wisdom and strength. They faithfully watch over the sandals of Kiyohira, his father Tsunekiyo, and his son Motohira. The youngest, Motohira, also built a temple, just under the mountain that Chu-sonji was situated in. That temple was called Môtsu-ji, and was dedicated to the healing Buddha, Yakushi Nyorai, or Baisachi Guru. It also had a classical garden, just like the ones in the imperial capital of Kyoto, which consisted of a large lake laid with small round stones, an island in the middle, Nakajima, a protruding peninsula, Dejima, and a rough coast or Mount Meru stone arrangement. It also had a meandering brook for the poetical contest with sake drinking, Kyokusui no Utage, and 2 lovely boats, one with the head of a bird and the other with the head of a dragon, for boating pleasures. Together with the opulent golden pavilion of Chu-sonji, the garden of Môtsu-ji was to raise the prestige of the northern Fujiwara branch, to send the imperial court in Kyoto the message they were court aristocrats, familiar with refined aesthetics and sophisticated pleasures. If you happen to go to Hiraizumi, people there might tell you that there had been a chance it had become the capital of Japan once. I don't know if such chances were high, yet its aristocrats strove to show off no less than those in Kyoto. And one more thing. The Golden Pavilion of Chuseonji was built centuries before the one in Kyoto. Please remember that when you visit Kinkakuji, and then comparing it with the opulence of Konjikido, you will understand why we can say that Kinkakuji is modest in a Zen way. And now let us take a stroll in the garden of Môtsu-ji, beautifully restored in our times. I hope you enjoy the neatly arranged round stones of the lakebed, the tranquil waters giving the impression of vastness, the rough coast, or Ara-Iso arrangement, with its stone erected a little bit to the side, to indicate either the leaping carp or the mystical Mount Meru, Shumisen in Japanese. Try to imagine the curbed and the straight bridges, which once connected the two opposite shores with the island in the middle, the island on which Amida Buddha's paradise was supposed to have been situated. And maybe you hear the music coming from the unusual boats and the chanting of poems coming from the meandering brook. The garden in ancient Japan was a sophisticated space, reflecting complex ideas and myths, and relating them with refined pastime. I hope you enjoyed this one.